thing, it is often that as a speech pathology student, you are going to learn or hear about the Hanen program. So I thought that I would just jump in and tell you 5 things that you need to know about the Hanen program. You are definitely going to come across it in your studies and, well, depending on where you work, most likely going to come across it once you do graduate. So when you graduate, you might want to be able to practice Hanen because lots of people talk about it and parents might sign up for a Hanen program. So if you want to be trained in the Hanen program, it sells out super fast. So as soon as a course is available, it fills up. So the reason why I'm telling you this is the first thing that you need to do is actually put your name down on the expression of interest list for the Hanen program so that you actually get notification of when a course is going to be coming available and that you'll also hopefully make it onto that list. The second thing that you need to know is there's actually different programs that Hanen run. So when we're looking at early language, if it's typical development, so they might sort of be developing typically neurodevelopment wise. However, the language appears to be delayed or disordered, we're not sure yet, then that would be the Hanen program called It Takes Two to Talk. The other program is for children who are autistic, and that would be called the More Than Words program. So it used to be that you had to do It Takes Two to Talk before you can do the More Than Words program, but now it is open to both. So again, depending on where you end up working, you might want to decide which one you want to study. So just to be aware that that's the difference between the two. The other thing that you need to know is it is an expensive course. So value for money though, there's no doubt, but just to be prepared. So depending on, when you actually go for the course, you're looking at between sort of $850 to maybe $1,000 plus dollars for the course, but remembering it's a 4-day course when it is all together. So it is really good value in terms of a course. It's evidence-based, so you can feel really rest assured that you're doing quality practice. And the skills that you learn there, even though it is a focus around early language, they are skills that you're able to apply in other areas of your practice. So it's definitely a worthy investment, highly recommend it. The other thing to be aware of is that once you finish the course, you become Hanen certified. So that means then that you're able to say you are Hanen trained, and that means that you've got permission or certification to be able to run Hanen courses and be able to call them Hanen. To be able to keep up your certification, you actually have to pay a membership fee, and you also have to provide evidence that you have run Hanen courses as well, so with your parents as part of the treatment. So in terms of maintaining the certification, there's actually more involved beyond the course. So you need to be aware of that as well. Don't be shocked like I was, where I sort of did the 4 days and then it was like, oh, I've got to keep up my membership by doing this, this, and this. So it's definitely worthwhile being aware of that beforehand. What that means is if you don't keep up your certification, then you have to then make sure that you can't call your programs or your interventions Hanen. So you either keep up your certification and name them Hanen, or you don't keep up your certification and you then can't run Hanen groups. You might run early language groups or late talkers groups or whatever you want to call it, but you can't call it Hanen, and you can't say that you're a Hanen certified therapist, even if you did do it 2 years ago or something like that. So to be able to keep up that certification and that qualification, it's up to you then to meet that criteria to keep up that membership. So just things to be aware of, and that's why what you might see, in other workplaces, that they run groups that look like Hanen, but they're not called Hanen, and that might be why. It's because they haven't maintained that certification. So just things to be aware of, and wish you all the best for the year ahead. If you have any questions about early language, tune in. We're going to keep on the theme for early language for February, and I want to be able to share some tips in case that you come across some late talkers, or maybe it might be autistic children on your placements, and hopefully you've got some practical tips to be able to help you out with those placements. So tune in.